G'day guys. Okay, quick layout share for you. These are all my recent YouTube tutorials basically. I've cut it down and I'm doing a layout share. This one is using the new Paige Evans collection. What's it called? Garden Shop. And yeah, I was creating an eyeball with this. I wanted to sort of, see the world, kind of bit of play on that. So if you look at it from a distance, you've kind of got the iris in the middle and then sort of the veins going out in the eye, sort of that kind of look. So just the way I think sometimes. So that's where I was, see, it just sort of zooms in, zooms out. So then what have I got? This one, I absolutely love this. Still to this day, I reckon this is one of my most, I just love it. It's hard. So it's sort of feels squishy. It's paint. It's Montmartre Dimensions paint. And oh my goodness, it holds its shape. It is just gorgeous. And to touch, it's so textural. It's just, I love it. And yeah, and it was a bit of a play on the rainbow. Instead of doing the bright rainbow like normal, I sort of jumped to one shade either side of the bright colours. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. Turned out really nice. So that is my happy birthday for my husband last year. And it was perfect because he had a rainbow cake. So it was absolutely perfect. Screaming out for it. Now this one is a frozen layout. We've all seen a million frozen layouts. So I didn't sort of want to go too typical with it, but I used some texture paste. I did have some snowflake sprinkles in my collection for some reason. Here in Queensland, we don't get snow. Like, I have never ever seen snow. I don't even know what it's like. So I made these little, I cut out, this is using the Paige Evans Garden Shop collection again. And I just did a bit of hand embroidery. I created those little epoxy flare just by cutting out the shapes from one of the papers. And did a bit of hand stitching. So that one turned out quite nice. I like that one. And just some paper tearing, which was quite funny because quite a few of my subscribers are like, how can you do that? It's a new paper. It's just paper. For me, it's just paper. Just do it with conviction. Do it. If you're going to tear paper, tear it and do it right. This one, I just wanted to do some ink blending this day. So I used some washi tape and I created a negative space by using that. Then I went back over with some texture paste and some hand embroidery with some different coloured purples, and it worked a treat. And of course, I cut out my title. That one is Cricket Sands, that one. Oh, this one made it into my collection pile. That was the one. I actually did a page. It comes up a little bit later on. And my camera stopped recording. So it didn't stop recording. I didn't press record. So I had to redo that. That's why that's in there. Now, this one, I used my dies, my Stitched Star dies, put them through on my die cutting machine with some crafters foam and made my own stamps. And it turned out really cute. I love this one. This one I really, really do love. It turned out really pretty. Now, the gold is a Paper Rose gold. It's a pack you can get. They have a couple of different ones. This one is the one with the dots in it. And it's a Paper Rose Studio one. So, supporting Aussie where I can. And the other bits I just made using, I can't even remember what I used. I think it was the end of a pen. Some Nuvo drops. And I think I used a stamp maybe. I'm not sure. So all of these have a video for them. So if you want to see the video how I made them, they're all in my play albums. So this is where I'm showing you. So I forgot to turn the record on that one. So I just showed you quickly how I created the background. And it is, when I say quickly, it happens quickly, super quick. So, and then of course I have my beautiful glitters on there. That one was Moon Dust, I think. The Stickles Gel Moon Dust. So that was beautiful. This one, I have to get the angle right so you can see it because the light sort of fades it. There it is. So see, it's got the stenciling around the back. That was a Kaiser Craft stencil. And yep, and I just cut out some sprigs of white cardstock and I chucked in a couple of brown ones in there as well, just because that colour was hanging around. So I thought, it'll tone, tone on tone thing, and it looks really pretty. Now this one I love. This is a Paper Rose Studio paper that I used, and I cut out the poppies and created, so through the center, so I've got the poppies going down each side, and then I ended up using I just used my Montmartre gesso, and I added some alcohol ink to it, and that's the color it came out. I really, really like it. It was a nice muted color. It was really pretty. So if you want to see how I created that one, just because it's about a dog doesn't mean it can't be pretty. Now this is a very, very playful page, and I haven't put it in an envelope yet, in a page protector yet, because I wanted to show you how I do all of this and then how I'm going to protect them all. So I wanted to have some journaling, and this is one that I did not very long ago actually, and I wanted to have a sort of a play on tags. I don't use tags very often, so I wanted to give you guys something to, another way to use your tags is what I wanted to do. And I created hinges and printed my photos so they would fit behind the tags. I did a lot of my journaling, and I've just used some Velcro dots to hold those closed. And I mean, they're probably, maybe I should use magnets, but I just used the Velcro dots because I was putting them on the photos. And sometimes when you do that with the magnets, when you're snapping them down, they can damage the photo a little bit. So that's why I use the Velcro dots. Now this is a 2-pager. This is my Feeling Witchy page. This was I think it was a hop, I think. And yep, I used a bit of the muslin on there, and yeah, I just drew the spiderweb myself on the paper. Now these papers are from, I think it's the Simple Vintage October 31st collection, which is one for it's a Simple Stories collection this year, 2022. So I wanted to sort of get in and do something. We don't really celebrate Halloween here in Australia. Like, not like you guys do overseas. Like, we really don't. We don't get into it. But yeah, I wanted to do something. So this one made me mum. This particular page, it's not my favorite, but what I was thinking in the background, it turned out okay. I think the problem is because I tried to contrast the title so much. I think if I didn't put the orange on there, I think the orange is what's throwing me off. But not every layout we do, we're going to love. Some of them we love more than others. This one, I adore. If you have washi tape, try doing this to use up your washi tape. Because if you're new to scrapbooking, and I know there's a lot of you out there, your washi tape does not last forever. I know you think that it's something you can store and it looks pretty and it's great and it's quite cheap, really. But you need to use it because that stuff does not last forever. And I do recommend when you're doing something like this to use a glue underneath it. So just to make sure that it stays down. And yeah, so that was a black, gold and white sort of theme that I went with on that one. Oh, I love this Pink Fresh. This is a Pink Fresh Studio collection, and I don't know what the title of the collection's called, but not off the top of my head. This is where I ended up using some of those crystal glass beads, the little tiny ones, and I put some little tiny sprinkles in there, which was really cute. And I used a border punch, and it was just a photo of my middle child, Angela, with my dad. It was just a snapshot, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I cherish my photos of when my dad is hugging my babies. I don't know why, I just do. So, daddy's girl, I suppose. Now, this one is one that I did that I don't normally do this sort of thing. I don't do hear truck, see truck. That's what I call it. It's a Keith Urban quote. Now, normally, for example, I made a bowl of spaghetti bolognese, spaghetti and meatballs. That's what I made. And I made the spoon to go in it and the sauce and all that sort of thing. It looks really cute. I actually really like it. And to keep this string from fraying, I actually put some glossy accents over it. And it's set rock hard. It's not going anywhere. And it looks really cute. And I think this is my last layout for this particular video. This one, I just wanted to use my 12 by 12 stencil, and I wanted to use different shades of blue. And these were the Montmartre dimensional acrylic paints. And I just went from dark into light, basically, into the center. And I ran my Posca pen around the outside and created a kind of brick-esque looking border. And yeah, again, not my favorite, but it works. So there you go, guys. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and there's another one coming up again real soon. Bye for now.